friends, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, Sunset Bow Tarot. So today I wanted to do a quick walkthrough of a new treasure that I've added to my collection that I'm so excited about, and that is the Sawyer's Nature Portals tiles. Now, before I do this, I do want to apologize in advance for the state of my hands. I'm sorry I am making a close-up video today. My hands are suffering from a lot of quarantine damage, specifically eating my nails out of anxiety and also burning my knuckle while baking bread. So sorry, I know they don't look super good, but I'm still going to do this. So anyway, these are the Sawyer's Nature Portals tiles. I do have a set of Jamie Sawyer's tarot tiles, which I absolutely love. They're a super special way of working with tarot, and I just adore them. They're a treasure, they're beautifully handmade, and they're so wonderful. But the thing about them is that they're very expensive. So it took me a while to decide that I wanted a set of the Nature Portals tiles. The thing about it is that, as I'm sure you all know, I don't actually read with Oracle a ton, but when I do read with Oracle, I do actually really like animal-based Oracle decks. I don't do animal-based tarot very often, but I like animal-based oracles. And I had seen the Nature Portals deck around. Specifically, I had seen it quite a bit on Peekaboo Rose's channel. I know it's a deck that she really loves, and I love Jamie's art. I think the cards are beautiful, and the artwork is beautiful. And the thing I really liked about these is their simplicity. There's really just on each card a representation of the animal in its natural habitat. The other thing that I really like about these is that the animals, and I know I'm coming at this from a bit of a North America centric perspective, but the vast majority of the animals on these tiles and in the cards are animals that I have personal experience of. You know, they're animals that in North America you see in the wild, where I have personally encountered them in the wild in most cases, with, like I said, just a couple of exceptions. And there are also some domesticated animals in this deck as well. So again, they tend to be animals that you're going to have a lot of really strong personal connections with, personal relationships with, personal associations that are already present. So it's easy, as my cat scurries away, it's easy to work with the simplicity of these because they're animals that you're going to have, again, if you're like me and you live in North America, in all likelihood, you're going to have a pretty strong connection already or association with a lot of these animals. So I did just want to walk through these. Like I said, it did take me a while to decide to buy these. They are quite expensive because they are all handmade. They're beautifully wood-burned tiles. Each of the images is individually hand placed on the tiles. The resin over the images is crystal clear, so beautiful, and hand poured. So they're incredibly labor intensive to make these. Plus they come in these beautiful engraved wood boxes. I mean, it's, like I said, an absolute treasure. And it did take me a while to decide whether or not I did want to actually buy these. And again, I think that part of it had to do with the fact that I do like working with animal-based oracle decks, but the thing that I especially like about the tiles is the sort of talismanic feel of them. And this is true with the tarot tiles too. It's one of those things where you can really draw a tile and have it feel like an object that you kind of keep in your sacred space. And so I didn't really see this as something that I would be using really regularly for divination necessarily, where I'd be pulling like a bunch of them and doing a spread. More the kind of thing where it's a talisman that would allow me to work for a period of time with a specific animal energy. And then there was also the fact that I had kind of a specific encounter with an animal the other day that really drove me to decide to go ahead and get these. I was really happy about the fact that this deck had specifically a red-tailed hawk in it. I really like red-tailed hawks, and I see them a lot where I live. And so I was thinking about this deck, and that was one of the things that I really liked about it. Again, you know, really liking the fact that the animals in this deck in most cases are ones that I have personal experience with. I was out for a walk, and a red-tailed hawk like flew down super close to me in front of me. It was only, I don't know, it was maybe 20 feet away. And it picked up a stick and flew off with the stick. I'm assuming that this time of year they're building their nests right now, and that's why it was looking for sticks. But it was just one of those really cool moments where you have kind of an up close and personal experience with an animal that you don't normally have. And I don't know, just the fact that I had been looking at these and thinking about the fact that it did contain a red-tailed hawk tile, just, I don't know, that added to my desire to go ahead and get these. And the really cool thing is that when I got these and I opened them, the red-tailed hawk tile was one of the tiles that was sitting right on top. So anyway, so I do want to show these off. I've been babbling for a long time. So let's take a look at them. So I got set number 25. Again, these are all handmade by Jamie. She does such a beautiful job with her work. They do have a wax seal on this numbered card so that, you know, you can tell that it's authentic. The wax seal is really gorgeous. It has the same pattern as the laser engraved mandala on the top of the box. So really lovely. Now these do not come with a book. There is a guidebook / journal that you can get. There is the password to getting that PDF copy of it is on the bottom of the card here. But you can also order it off of Lulu, you know, if you want to pay extra for a paper copy of it. I'm not likely going to use the journal aspect of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and I've already downloaded the PDF and taken a look at it, and it's very cool, and there is definitely information about a lot of the animals and personal associations with the animals, but I'm probably not going to like actually do journaling in there. I'll probably use my normal journal for that. But anyway, it's really nice that that comes along. And then it also comes, you know, with a card of Jamie's business card and then a business card for the company that does the laser engraving on the box. So, and you can see it's a beautiful box. This lovely mandala on the top. It says Sawyer's Nature Portals, and it has this design on the sides. So really gorgeous. I like that it has these tabs on the top to lift off the lid. And then on the bottom, and I think this is really cool, it has a list, a numbered list of all the animals that are in this deck. Now, the tiles themselves, the images are not numbered, but it is just nice. You know, the first time you go through them, they are in alphabetical order, so you can get a sense and make sure that you know what everything is, what it is intended to be in the artwork. But after that, it's really, really easy to tell what these animals are. And again, you know, if you are somebody like me who lives in North America, they're going to be really, really easily identifiable animals for you. So, you know, it's not the kind of thing where you need a lot of direction necessarily. And again, this is a very North America centric view. If you don't live in North America, some of these animals may be very unfamiliar. But, you know, again, for me, a lot of these are animals that I do have personal associations and experience with and have actually seen in the wild. So let's go ahead and open up this box. And she does, you know, have some nice packing material in there to keep them all nice. And so these are the tiles. I'm going to pull out the deer tile because I see deer a lot where I live. And you can see on the back, that's, you know, a wooden tile. It's got this lovely spiral engraved into it. And then the edges are kind of, you know, wood burned lightly to give them a nice edged quality. And then on the top here, it has this beautiful image, beautiful, colorful image. I love her artwork with this just gorgeous, clear resin poured over the top. So that is what the tiles look like. And I'm going to actually go through them all one by one now. So I'm just going to pull out my first stack here. And go ahead and move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look at these beautiful tiles. So this first one is, of course, a bat. And I really love this imagery. Here we have a bear. I like that it's a black bear. Again, this is an animal that I have personal experience with in the wild. I have very, very strong personal associations with bears. I've had bears appear at some very important moments in my life. I've, you know, seen bears like appear in the backyard of my parents' house, or, you know, like, again, living in Minnesota, you do see bears. We have bees. And here we have a blue jay. Gorgeous. And here we have a cardinal, and I like that she let the female cardinal be front and center because, you know, so often the male cardinal is the one that gets all the attention because of the plumage, and female cardinals are awesome too. So I like that the female cardinal gets pride of place there. And here we have a cat. This was another thing that I really liked about this deck, is that it shows a gray cat, because both of my cats are gray, and one of them does have a little white bib and white paws like the cat in this image, so I really like that. Here is a caterpillar, and these are monarch caterpillars, and you can tell that this is definitely milkweed that they're on. And this, again, is something I have strong personal associations with. My stepdad and my niece and nephew in the summer raise monarchs. They raise and release monarchs. They always have like a full monarch nursery going in the garage. And yeah, these are definitely monarch caterpillars. And here we have some chicks, and you can see that they're being held in the arms of a person. And I like that. I like that there are some domesticated animals in these tiles that are shown in a mutually symbiotic relationship with humans, but in a loving way, you know, where humans and animals can, I believe, have relationships where animals are not being completely exploited. And I do really like this representation, showing these little chicks, and you can see the woman's hair. She's got a beautiful tattoo on her arm, and it says, "Our wants are many, our needs are few," on her shirt, which is just really cool. Here's a chipmunk. So cute. And a cicada. I also have very strong personal associations with cicadas. Washington, D.C. was having a cicada apocalypse when I graduated from law school. And I remember my entire family coming to Washington, D.C. and being completely horrified. And there were cicadas everywhere. And like I said, it was a very important moment in my life that just happened to be beset with cicadas. So again, strong personal associations. Here's cows. And a coyote. I saw a coyote run through my backyard the other day in full daylight. It was really weird. And crow. All right, so let's get the next stack out here. So here we have deer, and it's a beautiful card with, again, a lovely monarch butterfly in it. Another animal that I see constantly. And here we have a very sweet dog. And a dragonfly. Beautiful. Bald eagle. You know, as I go through these, like I said, literally every one of these is an animal that I have had a personal encounter with. I had a really amazing encounter with an eagle once too that came really, really close to me. And yeah, I guess, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I do have, I guess, a little bit of an interesting relationship with raptors. I've had some really, some of the most memorable animals encounters of my life have been with raptors. But anyway, there were fireflies there. Now there's a fox. Here's a frog. I've got goats, climbing goats, which I love. They're so cute. Grasshoppers. I think that's like a cricket down there too. And then this looks like a heron. Oh, and I think this is supposed to be a green heron. I was just looking at this next one and realized it's a groundhog. And then I was like, why are they out of alphabetical order? I didn't take them out of order. And then I realized this is a green heron based on the bottom of the box. And so this is a groundhog. And then we have a hen. And again, it's so sweet. It shows the hen kind of snuggled up to this person's leg, you know, as the person is sitting in the grass. And it again shows that relationship between humans and animals, which is lovely. And here we have a horse. So I'll get out the next pile here. And the next pile starts with a horseshoe crab, which is interesting. I did not actually have any personal associations with horseshoe crabs until relatively recently, when I got the Tarot of the North Atlantic, which has the horseshoe crab as the Hierophant. And it's really interesting. It was one of the things that made the biggest impression on me with that deck, was the way that the horseshoe crab was used as the Hierophant, because horseshoe crabs have such an ancient body plan. You know, they've existed basically unchanged for millions of years. And so it makes a really interesting Hierophant card. And I do like the fact that this horseshoe crab is sort of shown out in space. You know, it's this sort of galactic horseshoe crab, which is really cool. I mean, horseshoe crabs are kind of strangely magical in a way that I totally wasn't aware of until I got the Tarot of the North Atlantic. So I really like that. And here's a hummingbird. And jellyfish. And a lynx. And it looks like we got a mouse here. And an opossum. Saw one of these guys the other day. And an owl. And so here we have a giant panda. So this, I mean, this is one of the few, you know, animals in this deck where it is an animal that's not from North America and that I don't have personal experience with, but you know, pandas are adorable. So it's a very cool tile, and I love that he's nomming on some bamboo. Here we have a very happy pig. And a praying mantis. And here we have a rabbit. And a raccoon going after the garbage, as they have a tendency to do. And here's a red panda, and I love that. So sweet. All right, so here's the final stack, and again, here is that red-tailed hawk that was right on the top when I opened the box, and this was one of the things that really convinced me to get the deck, is this particular tile. And here we have sea otters. And seahorse. And shark. And a skunk. I like how the skunk is in a field of flowers. It's like the skunk in Bambi. It's cute. Here we have a snake. And a spider. I love the background of the spider too. It almost suggests that you're like looking at the moon behind the web. I am very arachnophobic, so spiders do freak me out quite a lot, but this is very beautiful. And here we have a squirrel doing what squirrels do best, stealing from bird feeders. And a turtle. And wasps. And here is a whale, beautiful humpback whale. That's gorgeous. And a wild turkey. I see these guys in my backyard all the time too. Although they don't usually have their tails spread out like that, but you know, I see wild turkeys very frequently. And here we have a woodpecker. So anyway, those are the Sawyer's Nature Portals tiles. As you can see, they're so beautiful. I'm going to actually pull up my red-tailed hawk out again here. And I have these little stands that I generally use, you know, to hold cards, or I have a few agate slices that sit in these. And so I have, you know, things generally that can sit on these in my kind of my sacred space type space. I don't necessarily call it an altar, but you know, it's my little space of special things. And so I'm really excited. These tiles really just fit perfectly in this little stand. And so it's kind of a perfect way to, you know, have one of these on display. And like I said, you know, this is the kind of thing where I'm planning to work with a particular animal for a longer period of time. And so these do have more of like I said, that talismanic feel, as opposed to cards, you know, where you're shuffling and drawing them, and I really, really like that. So I'm looking so forward to working with these and, you know, really enjoying the beautiful feel of them. I think they're just so, so wonderful. So anyway, those are the Sawyer's Path, or excuse me, the Sawyer's Nature Portals tiles, and they're just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so thrilled to have a set. Like I said, they're an absolute treasure, and you know, I was able to afford them because I had done some decluttering of the rest of my collection, and I'm so happy, you know, for those multiple decks that I got rid of to kind of substitute this one really, really special treasure that I feel like I'm going to look forward to working with for years to come. So anyway, those are the Sawyer's Nature Portals. Thanks so much, everybody. Whoops, my hawk rolled away. So thanks so much. Have a great one. Bye-bye.